こんにちは皆さん、お元気ですか? Hello, how are you? Today grammar video number 109 and I'm gonna explain you something a little bit difficult. In English, relative subordinate sentence. But please don't worry because it's difficult. So I'm gonna make some videos on this theme. Today it's part 1 and I'm gonna explain you about 連帯就職。連帯就職。In English, you say add nominal. This word, 連帯就職, that you don't have to remember this word anyway, but this means how to decorate 名詞。名詞, this is noun. So the way how we can decorate nouns. Actually, you already know some of them. For example, here, 本, this is book. So the book, this is the noun in the center. And how can we decorate this? For example, 私の本, it means my book. Not only a book, but it's my book. 私の本. Here, I'm gonna say the first rule. In Japanese, when we decorate this word, 本, when we modify this word, then all the decorations we must collocate before the noun. So all the decoration word, even just a word or two words, or even a sentence, all of them always come before the noun. This is very important rule. The second example with な adjective. 大切な本. It means an important book that I care very much. Important. 大切な. This is な adjective. So this come before the noun. 大切な本. Now in the case of い adjective. 面白い本. An interesting book. We can combine the adjectives. For example, difficult and boring book. 難しくてつまらない本. In this case, 本, this noun is the important word. Then all the ornaments, because this is 私の大切な、難しくてつまらない、面白い. These are all the ornaments, decorations, okay? So just before the noun, all the decoration always come just before the noun. Now the second rule, before the noun, it must be always 普通形, the plain form. If you don't remember about 普通形, then you can watch my grammar video number 94. But in this grammar relative sentence, there are two exceptions in 普通形. One of them is な adjective. な adjective, な形容詞. And instead of だ, for example, きれいだ, 親切だ. This だ, you must change to な. So it means きれいな, 親切な. The second exception is in the noun. For example, 雨だ or 友達だ, right? In 普通形. But this だ also we must change to の. 雨の、友達の. So in the previous example that I showed you, 私の本, my book. But you see, 私, this is a noun. So actually, 私だ in 普通形, but this だ changed to の、私の. This is why we say 私の本. But I think you already knew it, right? And also 大切な本. But 大切な, this is な adjective, important. Then that was 大切だ. But this is 大切な. 大切な本. Very important book. But I think you knew it. I guess it was quite easy till here, right? But now, whole sentence is going to decorate a word. Please keep in mind these two rules. Do you remember? The first one, all the decorations always come before the noun. And the second rule, just before the noun, this is 普通形, the plain form. The book I read yesterday. As you see, in English you say the book that I read. So something that and all the decorations. But in Japanese, as I told you, all the decorations come before the noun. So all the decorations, and the last one is the plain form and the noun. The third rule, the particles attached to the noun are unnecessary in the relative sentence. Don't worry, I'm going to explain you. Please look at this. 昨日本を読みました。It means yesterday I read a book. The normal order in Japanese sentence is いつどこで何をしました。So it means いつ昨日どこで here we don't have this word 何を本をしました読みました We use the particle を本を読みました because this を it means the direct object 本を What did you do? 読みました But what? 本を読みました So this is the particle of the direct object But this を you don't have to use this を It must be disappeared when we say in the relative sentence. And in this sentence, 読みました I read. But I can't use in the relative sentence just like this. This 読みました must be in the plain form. And in this case, 読んだ So 読んだ本 it means the book that I read. And this word 本 the book, this is the word that I want to decorate. So this one, it comes in the end of the relative sentence. And we add all the words in the first sentence. So in this case, 昨日. So the same. 昨日読んだ本 it means the book that I read yesterday. You see the different order of the translation in Japanese and in English because in Japanese, as I told you, the very important point, this noun, it comes in the end. And all the decoration words, they must be just before. So, 昨日読んだ本. The next example. 友達に本を借りました. I borrowed a book from a friend. 友達に本を借りました. The first, we must know which is the noun that I want to decorate. In this case, 本. It means the book that I borrowed from my friend. So this noun, 本, the book, must be collocated at the end. This is the most important point and most difficult point for foreigners. This particle を here also it disappears. 借りました the past tense and you must change to plain form. In this case, 借りた and the other words that are here we can add here. So 友達に the same. 友達に借りた本 the book that I borrowed from my friend. You might have a question about this particle に why do we have to use this に here too? This is particle. Yeah, but 友達に this particle に it is together with 友達 not with 本 を this particle it is together with 本を but 友達に so this is not the same. This is the indirect object from my friend. So this is you must keep it. 友達に借りた本. Next example. I borrowed a book from the library. 図書館で本を借りました. And in this case, this particle で図書館で this particle it still remains here, right? Because this is で is the place で here we use で because 借ります this is the action verb. So we are not going to use に but place で図書館で and still we keep here. the particle wo, and this one, it disappears because hon wo, it is together with hon. And at normal, the book that I borrowed from the library, the same, the word 借りました, this is gonna be the plain form 借りた本. So 図書館で借りた本. I wanna read a book. 本が読みたいです or 本を読みたいです. Here you can use both particles. Both are correct. が or を. In the relative sentence, the book that I wanna read. The book. This word must be at the end. And in this particle, が or を, they're gonna disappear. Okay? And 読みたいです. I wanna read. In the plain form of 読みたいです without です. 読みたい. So it means 読みたい本, the book that I wanna read. I saw a friend at the station, or I met a friend at the station. 駅で友達に会いました. 駅で the place で it means because 会います this verb to see or to meet someone, this is the action verb. So this is why we use the particle で instead of に. 駅で the place and で. And of course, this particle で it's not gonna disappear because this is going with 駅 the station. 友達に会いました. Because we use here the particle に 会います this verb is very special one. Someone に会います. So we must use the person に. That's why we use here に. 友達に会いました. And here に it attached this word 友達. This is why we are gonna put away this disappears. Okay, so it means not only the particle を it can be に it can be で any particle that is with the word the noun that we're gonna decorate, and this 友達 is gonna be at the end, and に we are not gonna use it. So 駅で the same here. 友達 no, we are gonna this word must be at the end. 友達 and 会いました you must change to plain form. This is the past tense. So 会った it means 駅で会った友達 the friend that I met at the station. I must buy a book. 本を買わなければなりません. And this word 本 this is the word that I'm gonna decorate. So this is gonna be the last part. And を this particle we don't use it here because this 本を this を this particle is together with 本 okay? 買わなければなりません I must buy. And the last part this なりません you must change to the plain form ならない so 買わなければならない本 the book that I must buy. Now the fourth rules, and this is also very important about the particles. In the relative subordinate clause, the particle wa in the noun or subject, the noun wa, this wa must change to ga or no. It seems more difficult, right? But let's see the examples. My mother made a cake. 母はケーキを作りました。I want to change to this sentence. The cake that my mother made. I'm going to explain you little by little. 母は or お母さんは This is the subject. This is the noun. 母は And in the relative here, the subordinate, we cannot use this wa because this is the subject. Then this must change to ga or no here, okay? And ケーキを cake, the cake, this is the word that I'm gonna decorate. So ケーキ must be at the end. And ケーキを this particle を we don't use it because this を this is together with ケーキ. So we're not gonna use this を okay? And 作りました the verb, this is the past. In the plain form, 作った。So, 母が or 母の作ったケーキ。The cake that my mother made. 母が作ったケーキ。母の作ったケーキ。The next relative subordinate clause is like this. The store where my sister went to. 妹は店へ行きました。or 妹は店に行きました。It means my little sister went to the store. 妹は this is subject and the noun は and this は we must change to が or の。店へ or 店に to the store. Here, this particle え and に we are not going to use it here. So this is not only the particle を as I told you, any particles that is together with this noun, the noun that we're going to decorate, so we must cancel these particles, okay? So only mise and mise, this is the noun that I'm going to decorate, so this is going to be at the end. The last verb, 行きました. This is the past tense of 行きます. So 行きました in the plain form, 行った. This is going to here. So 妹が行った店 or 妹の行った店. Now let's practice to change into this relative clause from the English one directly. And now the dish that you want to eat. The dish that you want to eat. In this case, the word that I want to decorate is the dish. So the dish must be at the end. In Japanese, 料理. And all the word that, after that, this is all that we're going to, this is the decorative word, decoration, ornaments. We must put all before the noun. And now after that you, so this is the subject, you, あなた. And here we cannot use は, but we use が or の. あなたが and want to eat in 普通形食べたい。あなたが食べたい料理 or あなたの食べたい料理。All that we learned today is adnominal. It means the subject or the noun that are decorated. In many occasions, we use this adnominal in song titles or anime titles or any kind of book titles or novels because this sounds quite romantic and poetic. There's a quite good anime that is in Netflix and title is Erased. This is anime and also the film, the film with a real presence too, and also anime and manga. The title is Erased in English, but Japanese title is 僕だけがいない街. Also poetic. 僕だけがいない街. That literally it means this 街, the city that the city where only I don't exist. 僕だけが only I いない doesn't exist. 街 the city 僕だけがいない街 erased. This is very good one, mysterious, and also to avoid some assassinations. This a boy goes back to the past, and so it's so interesting one. Now a quiz time with 5 translations into Japanese. But after this quiz, I'm gonna remind you the 4 very important rules that we learned today. 1番目 The child who is playing in the park. The child who is playing in the park. 2番目 The kanji that I still remember. The kanji that I still remember. 3番目 The memory that I can't forget. The memory that I can't forget. 4番目 The car that my father bought last year. The car that my father bought last year. 5番目、最後です。And also, this is quite poetic. It's like a title of something. The world that you don't know. The world that you don't know. Did you like this video? If you think this was quite difficult, but don't worry because this is really difficult. It's very different from English. And if you couldn't understand it, please watch over and over. And also, I'm gonna make more videos about this kind of relative sentences. This is only part 1. Before I talk all the time in Japanese at the end of this video, I'm gonna remind you 4 very important rules. The rule number 1. 1番目のルール. In Japanese, all the decorations, even this is a word or a sentence, all come before, always come before the noun. The second rule, 2番目のルール. Just before the noun, that must be in the plain form. But the exceptions, 2 exceptions, na adjective, in this case, na. And the noun, in this case, instead of da, no. Noun, no. 3番目のルール. The third rule. The particle attached to the noun disappear. It's not necessary anymore in the subordinate sentence. The fourth and the last rule. 最後のルールです。4番目. The noun は, this is the subject は, and this は, this particle must change to が or の. If you think this video was useful, please don't forget to give me like. And if you can share my videos with your friends, that can help me a lot, please. いかがでしたか？今日は連帯就職について勉強しました。これは日本人にとっても、そしてどこの国の人にとってもとても難しい文法だと思います。特に日本語と外国語では話す順番が変わってしまうので、本当に難しいですよね。連帯就職についてはこれからビデオを何本か撮る予定です。今日はまだパート1です。もしまだよくわからなかったら、このビデオを何度も繰り返してみてください。パート2に行く前にこのビデオを理解してほしいと思っています。では、まだまだ続きますから、これからも見てくださいね。このビデオが気に入ってくださったら、ぜひいいねボタンとチャンネル登録お願いいたします。そして私のビデオをお友達に紹介してくださったらとても嬉しいです。ぜひお願いいたします。ではまた次のビデオでお会いいたしましょう。じゃあね。